Joining me live on News Central now is the Managing Director, TrustBanc Assets Management Limited, Azeez Lawal. It's so good to have you join us on the news. So let's go straight to business, as commercial banks in Nigeria have raised interest rates for loans by as much as 200 basis points, that is 2%. Now, Azeez, how did the market react to this development?
Yeah, good morning, Rita. Thank you for having me. And thank you for that question. It's really an interesting one. It can take us as long as 1 hour to answer that question. Yeah, like you said that, some of the banks have written letters to their customers raising interest rates on loans by as much as 200 basis points. Yes, in the market this week, yeah, as for reaction, it's too early to tell actually. Because ideally, if we are talking about reaction, it's actually supposed to be a positive reaction, because increased interest on loans basically means more income for banks. But then during the week, we saw that the banking index was declined by was down by 2% thereabout. It declined by like over 2% thereabout. So it's a negative reaction. So like I said, it's too early to tell, but over time, to improve the performance of banks, because ideally what's supposed to happen is this. Look at the situation whereby you have a loan, let's say 10% with the bank, and the bank has now increased it to 12%. That's an asset for the bank. Compared to returns on asset for the bank. Meanwhile, compared to the liabilities, where because the NPR impact, the same way it impacts the assets of bank, it also impacts their liabilities. The same way it increases the returns on their asset, it also increases the cost of their liabilities. But the rate of increase in the cost of the liabilities is much lower than the increase in assets. So over time, it will impact the banks positively, and we'll see more positive reactions maybe in the coming months. But as for this week, what we saw was more of negative performance, because that impact has not yet come into the market yet. Thank you.
All right, negative reaction so far. Now, has there been any other major developments in the market that influence trading activities? And what are your expectations for this week?
Yeah, okay, what was the last week? It was more of, it was another quiet performance for the market, even though we saw a bullish, week on week, we saw a bullish performance. There were no major developments, but there's what I can call, there were major corporate actions during the week. As we're all aware that, formally, Union Bank became Titan TrustBanc during the week, after Titan Bank acquired about 3.4% of the assets of Union Bank. So that was a major corporate action. We also saw the announcement by Access Holdings of the acquisition of about 83% stake in Centum Investment PLC. That was another major corporate action during the week. Then also we saw also the movement of the strategic allocation of controlling shares in FBN Bank. So those are major corporate actions. They did not really shape the outcome of the market, but they were significant major corporate actions during the week. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Azeez Lawal, for the updates. We look forward to the expectations of this week. Thank you.